Well, good afternoon, friends. It's a busy Saturday here, right at the North Springs Charter High School, and we have Vibha, who have organized a different kind of an event today. The event says, "Are you ready for college?" Well, the statement itself says a lot about what the event is all about. And I have here with me Dr. Maggie Ray. She is the moderator for the discussions, which we have the panel discussions, the student panel discussion, and the parent panel discussion. Let's go ahead and talk to Dr. Ray and understand what the whole discussions are about, how it's going to help the students, and how the panelists were chosen. So let's talk about a brief overview of what we are having today by Vibha.
Absolutely. So this event is really a great opportunity for students to get a sense of what it's really going to be like to go away for college. It's a really stressful time for a lot of students to figure out what do they need to do to get into colleges, what can they be doing to prepare themselves, and it's hard sometimes to figure out the best way to approach it. So what we're going to be doing in the student panel is giving students an opportunity to ask questions from other students who have just gone through this process. So it's a lot of students who are in their first or second year of college who were sitting in the audience a couple of years ago, so they were right in the place that these students are now, and they're going to get to, students in the audience are going to get to ask questions of those student panelists and say, hey, what was it like for you to go through this? How did you handle your SATs? How did you handle your first day at school? So it's really a good opportunity for them to get some wisdom from students who are a little bit older than them and who have gone through the experience but were in their shoes just a couple years ago. So that's going to be a really fun opportunity. And then later on, we're going to have a chance for the students to mingle with those panelists and ask questions that maybe they wouldn't want to ask in front of a big audience. So they're going to get to really get a chance to have personal conversations with those students. And at the same time, we'll be running a parent panel. So that's a chance for parents to ask questions of a smaller group of panelists about just their own concerns or their own fears or their own challenges that they have when they're going through this process. So we have a panel of people who are going to be helping with that, a couple of other parents who have gone through it as well, so they can say, here's what we did with our kids, here's how it worked out for us. And then we have also a psychologist who's going to be speaking, and we also have Stuart Kanzeri, who's going to be talking a little bit about financial aid and getting into colleges. So, and also Sucheta Kamath, who's going to be talking about how to help your teens stay organized and on track and manage their time and all of that. So a lot of really important topics that parents are struggling with at home, and we really hope to help give them some insights on how to handle things and just make this year easier. Sure. So Ginger Fay is going to be talking about the college admissions process. This is such an overwhelming time for a lot of families, and so really helping them understand what are all the steps along the way, what do they need to be thinking about, when do they need to be planning for SATs, for college essays, for the application itself, recommendations from teachers. There are a lot of pieces that go into the college admissions process, creating your list of schools, how do you even find what would be good schools for you? So she's going to be sharing a lot of useful information about that. And then at the end of the day, we have a presentation about scholarships and financial aid by Stuart Kanzeri. So he's going to talk a little bit about, okay, we've had this great discussion about how to get into college, how do you pay for it? So that's where we're going to really end the day.
My name is Ashwin Ramaswamy, and I'm a student panelist, and I'm a rising freshman at Stanford University. So I came to hear about this Vibha event from Mr. Rekapalli. He was organizing and getting all the rising freshmen at colleges to come and talk. So I think it's a great event because people are really get to see they have a chance to actually see people in person who have gotten into the best universities and really see what really made them get into the universities. And they can ask questions and really, I think it will really help them with understanding the process themselves, especially as now there are many misconceptions. And hopefully with this panel, this will help to give them more clarity on how to apply.
Hello, my name is Anshul Gupta. I'm a rising freshman at Stanford University. I just graduated from Milton High School in Alpharetta, Georgia, and I want to thank Vibha for hosting this event. They're a great nonprofit organization that helps children in India, and they're so efficient and they have such a good network that they're able to, for just a $17 donation, can educate kids for up to a year and longer. So I would definitely recommend donating to them. And thank you to Vibha for hosting this event, especially for students because it's a children-centered nonprofit. And what we're doing today is a student panelist event for college admissions, preferably selective college admissions. So we have a lot of students here from top institutions in the U.S. and abroad, such as Stanford, Harvard, London School of Economics, etc. And we want to give kids ideas on what worked for us. And we also have some experts, keynote speakers, things like that, who would also be able to help inform the students of like what worked and what tips they can do going forward, and not just for college admissions, but for life. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Narayana S. Rekapalli. I've been associated with Vibha for last 20 years or so, but very actively volunteering for the last 2 years. And I want to tell you how we actually started this program. Last year, my son Pranav Rekapalli got into Princeton University, and a lot of parents and kids are asking how he got into that university and what his process was in the high school. So he answered many of the parents, and then we got an idea through these questions, why not invite all of his friends and have a panel session for the whole community. So that's how this process was started, and when we did this last year, we got a tremendous feedback from the parents, and they gave some feedback, and we tried to implement the changes that they requested in this year's program.
Hi, this is Manish Sarda. My son is a sophomore at MIT and was last year's student panel participant for this Vibha event. This is an amazing event. We met few kids after the Vibha event last year, and the kids had absorbed all the things that were discussed in the student panel, which is an amazing thing for young teenagers to be doing. And from the perspective of the benefit that the kids are getting from this event, it's unbelievable. They are able to understand different kids going into different colleges and the path and the effort they put in. So hats off to Vibha for this. Thank you.